John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones and get away. Night or day, it's John DeSando on the radio. We'll watch the credits from up high.
Okay. Cinema Classics is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to shows Thursday at 8:01 p.m. on WCBE 90.5 FM. And listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Keith Hake.
And this is Cinema Classics. Keith, you know, we're involved in a war in Iran. And there's still one ongoing in the Ukraine. So it seems to me that I've certainly lived through in my lifetime a few wars, Korean and so on, but nothing like World War II.
Oh, no. The body count is completely different.
Oh, my God.
We're so high tech in the wars now that we're using drones and robots.
Exactly.
We do lose troops, God bless them, but back then, and part of this movie I thought was interesting that we're reviewing here, Pressure, was about the old school and the new school. So it was old ways of doing war and how the turnover went to the new ways of doing war and what they depended on.
So dramatic. Now, this is from a play. It's called Pressure, as you said. And it's a double meaning there.
Yes, of course.
Pressure.
Yeah, and the pressure on
Pressure particularly on Ike.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And Brendan Fraser doesn't look anything like Eisenhower, but who cares? I don't.
I thought maybe, with the loss of hair in the eyes, he looked a little bit, but he definitely has a little bit more weight than girth.
And height. But you're right. The baldness and the 4 stars pretty much tell you who it is.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to go with anything. I don't give a darn. But somebody I was with said, "Gee, I don't think he looked like Eisenhower." No, he doesn't. But this is poetic license. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. He's playing the part.
He's right.
Yeah, he looks as much like Ike does as Tom Selleck did in the movie that he did about Ike there a couple years back.
Good one, yeah. But the moment I like it, look at, who would have thought the weather as a component of D-Day?
I never knew.
I never would have even thought about it.
I don't think anyone knew.
I know.
It was very, very interesting, and I don't think anyone knew that it was supposed to take place the day before, on the 5th.
Yeah, and I think they were right. The big negative about putting it off because of the weather is that the Nazis are going to know right away. They're going to know.
Oh, yeah, they would figure it out with the
How they
troops.
didn't know the 5th seems impossible to me. I mean, so many people knew it was going to be the 5th, and that was their surely the Nazis got wind of that, don't you think?
They had put out, there was another movie, I don't recall the name of it, where they put out a dead body, a British dead body.
Actually did.
Yeah. So they were trying to throw them off. And again, they were trying to throw them off, and they kind of mentioned it a little bit with the rubber tanks and the rubber airplanes that they would have around. And they were trying to, the Nazis did know that we were going to invade, but they didn't know where and when.
Yes, that's right.
So that was the key.
A little bit of they never thought of Normandy.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't think we'd do that somehow.
Yeah.
But I find that. So when they did, they planted bodies with information, wrong information on the corpse.
Right, correct.
And there, again, this is preparation 72 hours before D-Day. And the big problem is, what's the weather going to be like?
It was very interesting there. I thought the movie was a little bit more of like the TV's The Bottle movie, where most of it takes place at the Southwick House, which is the Allied Force Command Post.
Yeah. And
of course, what they did was they actually shot at the the Mentmore Towers.
Okay.
I'm guessing that was a lot more prettier than the
than
the other one there. But most of the movie takes place there, where I think there's like 2 antagonists. Each one gets their own antagonist. Eisenhower, had the Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, and I thought
Monty.
I thought his actor, he loved playing that part.
He's a bit over the top.
A little over the top there. I thought he really enjoyed playing that. And then, of course, Captain James Stagg, he had the American, the Colonel, Lieutenant Colonel Kirk.
Kirk, yeah.
Yeah, who played, I thought again, enjoyed his part playing the American. Because
Yeah.
he was just the all-American, like, I don't know if he's from New York, but that's what it seemed like
Right,
he
yeah,
played.
Chris Messina, was it?
I'm not sure what his name is.
Yeah, I've seen him before as an actor,
Have
very
you?
good at face.
Oh, yeah.
And Andrew Scott,
Oh,
playing-
wonderful, wonderful.
I mean, positively stone cold.
Mhm.
And he says he's not certain, but he's as certain as you can be
Right,
that it's not a good day
to go.
to go, yeah.
And again, fighting where he's the new and looking at all the barometers and everything else that comes into meteorology. And then you have Kirk, who is the old school, looking at the charts and looking at the history, and this is the way it's going to be.
Right.
And with that American attitude of, this is what I said it's going to be, and no matter what you say, I'm not going to change my mind.
Yeah.
This is it, and almost willing the weather to change to the way he wants it to
Yeah,
be.
and I tell you, dramatically, it so works for me. Now, you know I'm a word guy, so most of the action here is words.
Mhm.
And that's because it originally was a play.
But now that I did not know.
Yeah, and that's, and actually one of David Hake
Okay.
is the writer, and he is, who helped with the screenplay with our director, Anthony Maris. But he had, Haig had the play, the stage play of this, so that's why you're feeling.
And maybe that, yeah, all of us have taken place in one building
Exactly.
there. And it actually reads pretty good. I think it makes it nicer for the general audience. This versus another World War II movie that was out a couple of years back was Hacksaw Ridge, and there's
Oh, I
complete
forgot about that one.
polar opposites. Where Hacksaw
Yeah.
Ridge it showed all the gore and the horror
Yeah,
of the battle.
yeah,
Where this one, it was more the mental thought of it leading up to it, and then the battle scenes, very dramatic, but I'll say softened a lot, where when the troops landed, they would come out of the Higgins boats, they would drop, and the machine gun tourists would just literally
Yeah.
mow them down.
yeah. it was-
And they showed that a little bit, but nothing, again, no gore.
Well,
And they would fade out, and what I loved the fade out was then the sea of red.
The Sea of Red is such a
Just-
good visual. of
They
it.
show that twice there to
Yes,
show
yeah.
the carnage. And they didn't really show too many bodies in the Sea of Red. It was up and it was the ocean, and
Yeah.
you saw the amount of people that died.
Yeah,
And I thought it was a nice way to do it, that kids could see it, and that you're not focusing on that, you're on the carnage, but you're focusing on what those soldiers gave up
gosh.
for their life. Their blood is what they gave up.
And the reason you're saying too is that they had a practice round. It didn't work
Oh.
out.
Yeah.
The communication loss or something.
Yeah.
They didn't get the word that
Yeah,
they
was
should.
it Operation Tiger, is that correct?
Yes,
Or-
that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, Operation Tiger.
And so therefore you have this bloody Red Sea, you say, wait a minute, it's just that it went wrong.
Yeah,
And they did have actual, of course, machine guns,
oh yeah,
but they knew somehow to avoid them, whatever, in the practice round.
and some of the Germans and lost the communication. That what that was I guess, if I get this correct, the British and our communications were on different wavelengths.
That's right.
So they couldn't communicate with each
Ouch.
other, so they bombed at the wrong time. And we lost, now ironically, we lost 700 Allied soldiers during that operation.
Right.
Lost 73,000 in D-Day operation
I mean,
of the
it's-
Allied. It's just the numbers are just, it's mind staggering.
Yeah. And as you opened up with the difference in warfare between then and now, it's hard for us to believe for the loss. You say, well, wait a minute now, where are your drones? And your communication is so good now. All of the questions are, how could that be? Well, at that time, that's, how many years
Yeah.
ago? That's decades ago.
Yeah,
When they were doing the best they could.
oh, yeah, and the weather played in every
Oh,
part of it, and the.
who would have thought?
And the cold, and you would have thought, there in Normandy, the
Yeah.
beaches of Normandy in France there, that weather wouldn't have been that, we've been to France. The weather's nice
Yeah,
there. You wouldn't
yeah.
think it's that bad. It's not like
It's-
you're up in the Arctic or you're
Right.
fighting the Russians over there. And
It's a little bit dicey on the other side of the canal.
Mhm.
So in England,
Oh, yeah.
we've learned that.
Yeah.
I've never had a bad experience with weather in
Oh,
England.
no.
But it is, reported infamously to be uncertain
Mhm.
and dark and gloomy, and that, dark and gloomy is not good when you're invading
Okay.
hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. Now we spoke about kind of the antagonist. Now, what do you think of the Colonel, what was her name?
Hey, what, Summersby?
Kay Summersby. Now, what did you think of
She's
her?
my kind of lady.
Or Captain, I'm sorry, Captain Summersby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is just played by Jodie. Well, you see what's her name? What's Carrie Condon.
Yeah.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Oh, I thought so also.
She's not super glamorous.
No.
She's
But
just as
the
feminine
pencil
as
skirt,
stuff.
again, very feminine. So
Yeah.
what everyone's image of World War II was.
Yeah.
But what I liked her part was in the movie that she was able to show a little bit compassion, where Eisenhower
Good one,
was.
yeah.
It had to be kind of the matter of fact, what
Yeah.
they were going through, and when she wanted to help Stagg with some personal matters, Eisenhower is nope, none of that matters. This is what we're doing.
We're all sitting there knowing that it's alleged that she and Ike had an affair.
Oh, I did not know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No,
She was his personal.
because with personal assistant, but they didn't play that in the movie at all.
No, and they stayed completely away from
Yeah.
that, and which I really liked, because the rumor is so strong about
Okay.
that. It seems probably true.
So it's just a rumor.
Oh, well, for sure, but it's one of those rumors that consistently shows up historically.
Okay.
All the time about Kay Summersby, and it seems plausible, although the movie I thought did a brilliant job of avoiding that, avoiding, and.
I would never have guessed it.
No, what I really love is that it avoids any of the romance that usually they'll put in cheap romance.
yeah,
And you'd have thought that with, what's his name? This is Scott's
Stagg.
Stagg, yeah, it was Stagg. He thought maybe, but Stagg is such a straight arrow.
Oh, yeah.
And his wife is
And
pregnant.
his whole thing, yeah, about his wife there.
Yeah, boy, did that just hit right. How many times does two things happen at one time?
Oh, yes.
And here he has this enormous responsibility for hundreds of thousands of lives, and he also has a wife who could miscarry.
Right, the pressure.
Oh, the pressure. All right, Keith Hake, if people want to hear more from you, and usually, it's been a while since you've been there, but usually I still get comments from people who say, when is Keith Hake coming back? And will you keep it quiet? Will you shut up, please, and let him do more? So I'm going to give us a chance to have Keith Hake do more by advising our listeners that they can go to WCBE.org to the podcast experience and listen to Double Take to hear more about what we have to say. In particular, I think the two of us are going to talk about some World War II movies that we have seen.
That'll be nice.
Keith Hake, the movie is Pressure. It's out there now. What do you advise?
Especially this time of year, I saw the movie on Memorial Day. It's not one of those that beat you over the head being overly patriotic. It is just truly a world film where it shows Scottish, English, American coming together under extreme pressure, odds against them, and doing something miraculous.
Oh, I agree with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with your taking a smart 8 or 9-year-old.
Oh,
But your 10, 11, 12s will appreciate it. And as a history lesson, it's fantastic. That's what movies do, man.
Mhm.
I mean, this is a history lesson. Sitting
Oh, yeah.
there, if you have very little to
Well,
understand.
even teaching people our age what's going on.
And then looking, who would have thought?
Yes.
Who gives a damn about the weather? Well, they really did. And when you think about it, it does play a part in this. So that's the beauty of movies. They can zero in, it's like zooming in on a particular point. And I love the historical characters, and I love their argument. And it's just like an argument that families could have or anybody could have. No, we're not going because the weather's not going to be good.
Oh.
No, but if we don't go now, we'll never go.
We'll never go.
Yeah. I'm John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda